Hello ladies and gentlemen, welcome back along to another episode of Saving Grandad's Farm. My name is Alex. I do hope you're doing very well indeed. You join me today though as we've just been loading up tractor number 1 with bales. There's about one more load left. I don't think it's coming today, but I hope it's not because we got a lot on. So it should be arriving there tomorrow, but that lad is just strapping himself up. Getting myself ready to roll, and we're going to get away. We have to rush back to the yard now because we've got a lot happening today. I have a lot to walk you through there. Go around the corner, and yeah, so we've even got some work that I couldn't really leave, but that tractor came down the road there, and I had to get cracking along with it too, to go and load it up, obviously. So we're going to just rumble along back up to the farm, and like I say, there's three, I think at least, is it three? Yeah, three sounds alright. 3 significant things to show you. So much going on at the moment. Since we last spoke to you there, everything has kind of fallen into place very quickly. So we are, yeah, the next kind of 15-20 minutes I spend with you, it's going to be a bit of a blur, but it's going to be good. It's all worth it. But as you can see, the weather is fantastic. It's looking really good. We got that second field over there plowed over, which is fantastic news. Which leaves it, we've just got, of everything that's harvested, at least we'll get those 2 fields that we've just finished, well, we're carting the straw away from now. We can get those plowed up fairly soon as well. Might actually get the drill on there soon and get some barley put into the ground, but we'll have to see, because they are drying out very nicely indeed. And we're going to park up, but you'll notice, first of all, I've had a gentleman here who is, he is a contractor, and he is a fencing contractor and also an arboriculturist, which I believe is the correct terminology. I always get that one mixed up. But he's been planting trees for me. Now, as I mentioned the last episode, that we're not doing saplings. There's a bit of a problem with deer around here, so we're not doing that. We are doing like young growth trees. So these trees here are about a year old. They're still in flower. Look at them. They're looking great. They're in bloom. But the gentleman in question has been busy, and along with a few other people as well. So I'm going to swing this down here and we'll have a look-see. Just show you what's going on there, really. Because we are, yeah, like I say, we've got some work to do, but I want to just show you everything first. So, as you can see, the shed contractors came back. Concrete was hardened, looking good there. They've still got the concrete in the middle, but that'll come in time. We have put the roof beams on, and then on top of that, they have put the tin sheet in. That all took them about a day, not even to put the beams up there. It's a very simple design, really. Once you get the beams up as well, it's even easier to go with a cherry picker and just kind of rattle it all off nice and quickly. Whilst they're doing that, the brickie was here, and he started. He just put up this end wall, so he wasn't, apparently health and safety couldn't be underneath them as they were doing that, which kind of makes sense. So he kind of did this end wall here, but you can see it's about 6 and a bit foot high. Looking good, and it's going to be, that is going to go all the way around, and then we're going to have the wood cladding, which is going to go from the roof down just over the top of that top layer there, so that should be really good to see as well. But yeah, ultimately I think it's looking fantastic. I really do. It's going to be coming along very quickly. We've got a little bit of landscaping to do around the outside, but yeah, you know, I think it's looking good, and we'll see how that goes. Door manufacturers have been, they've measured up, that's all looking good as well, so I get the right size door. The door is of course going to slide across to the left here, which would be fantastic to see. Now, the trees. We've kind of fenced ourselves in a bit here. Now, we're going to get more trees around here as well. They're going to be kind of filling out this little area here, but there's all of different kind of, roughly about a year, but some can be as young as 8 months, some can be as old as about 14, I've been told. So these ones are looking a little bit taller there, but it's kind of blocking everything in there, making it just feel, well, frankly, a little bit more secluded, a little bit more cozy. And it means it's all just a bit more private as well, really. That's something I really want to try and strive for. Once these grow up a bit as well, we'll get some bushes in here. Just closes it all off. We are going to look to do that little triangle there as well, maybe, and then kind of fill this out a bit here as well. And then one day we'll keep this. We might store something here at some point if we need to, but you know, have that option is always nice. But we've also, if I have squeezed through here, at the very back end of the backfield here, we have filled in that little block as well, that little triangle, which was a bit of a nothing bit of ground really. With the ground we got, we also identified that as a designated area, so there's about 25 new trees up there as well, which fills in that area pretty nicely, I must say. Does a really nice job of kind of taking care of it all. But yeah, the yard here, I'll send up the drone later on so you can have a look at it. The yard looks almost completely unrecognizable, I would say. Once we get this shed finished and get these trees all in, I mean, night and day different. This tree in the middle is causing some concern, but I don't want to say too much more about that until we have it all confirmed. So we'll have to watch the space for it. But yeah, otherwise everything else is looking pretty good around here. Still haven't got out with the cultivator again. Honestly, just too busy. Just I can't get the time to get across and do that at the moment. So we'll have to at some point soon, I hope to. But we're going to move on into the orchard field here. First thing to note as well is that the potato house, as I'm referring to it as, the new latest greenhouse here, is all but finished. The glass is on, doors looking good there, the beds are in, and we've even got the water tank on the back there as well. So in theory, we could pretty much look to start getting some spuds growing out there fairly soon, which would be great. And then that is it. That's our five greenhouses all looking good, taken care of, and really in a great place here. So that is brilliant, and I think it really does provide a very vibrant option for this piece of land, which I'm thrilled about, absolutely thrilled about. As we come around the corner though, this happened, and there's a very, very good reason for it. And if I peer very gently over this wall here, there's a massive hole, a huge hole. So what do you think that hole's for? I'm going to give you a moment to have a think about it and see what you think it could be. Any guesses? It's simple, really, actually. I currently have here 5 greenhouses, a sheep trough, and the house, all on water main here. And the water pressure here is frankly diabolical. It's terrible. It's to non-existent, really. Now that I've included these greenhouses as well, which also all get filled up manually by the from the water tanker, but that water tank has to get filled up from somewhere. Comes from a main at the back of the garage here. The water pressure is receding very quickly, and if you add in the fact that further up the hill there as well, there is also there's another development going in. We just can't rely on it. It's getting worse and worse, and I cannot keep the water level consistent for what I need. So I started to do a little bit of digging and found out that I could, because as we know in this particular area here, there are quite a few underwater rivers, underground rivers, sorry. If you think back to the field that we found the Shelby car in, that has a spring that emerges out of it. So there are quite a few in this area. And I was able to, I think it was kind of like a Grandad license for my Grandad, really. A Grandad license is like an old license that you're able to kind of rely on and reactivate. It's kind of what we did. So we applied, we were able to get an extraction license, which is brilliant, because what that means and what's going to happen right here, we are drilling down to tap into a spring. Now we found one. You can see as you look just down there is some water bubbling through. I struck that about an hour and a bit ago, and it was all murky, but we've just left it for a little bit, and look at it now, it's coming through nice and clean as well. I don't expect it to get any clearer, any deeper than that, but what that means is there's a quick flow through there right now, which is great. So what we'll do is, my intention or my idea here is to put this piping in. I've got a company who have, this has been in the works for a little bit of time. It's not something that we've just kind of drummed up. I have a company who are able to supply me with a pumping house and a station. So that bit of pipe is going to go into the ground. We're going to filter all this stone into there as well. So it means that what will ideally happen is that stone's going to provide like a bit of a filter, much like you would have on your taps at home. And then we'll build a pumping house on top. We'll pump it straight up, filter it out, store it in there, and then I've got my own on-site water, which is, it's going to save me a little bit of money in the long run because of the water bill going down, but the installation cost obviously isn't cheap. But that's the plan, and that's what we're going to run with. And I am frankly over the moon. This does many things. This secures my water source, which is primary reason, really, absolutely primary reason, and I think it's going to just provide that little bit of extra comfort really moving forward for myself. So that's what we're going to be doing. We hauled in a little bit of stone earlier on with the case there, so we've been busy with this, and as you can imagine, really, as I was getting myself going there, that then the straw man rumbled on down the hill. So yeah, we had to kind of dash away from that one, but we're back and we're going to get this kind of work done now. What I think I'm going to do, my excavator driving isn't all that good, but all we need to be doing here really is just sticking the stone into the hole and making sure it's all nice and level. Pipe's already in. I've spoken with the pump house providers, and they've already instructed how the pipe's going to go in there. So we're all looking good for that. They can work with how it's in there right now, and we'll go from there. So I think let's just jump on in and see. Oh, I'm falling down my own stone here. See how we get on, shall we? Oh, okay then. All right. So I never really get myself kind of figured out with this thing. It's always just a little too slow. Oh, there he goes. There's Mr. Straw Guy away. And his nice little Massey. We're just going to start by chucking that load into the bottom. Now what's going to happen as well, we're just going to be able to draw that water through the stone. So I'm not too concerned about that at all. Should be nice and easy to do, in fact. Let's get ourselves over there. There we go. And it will allow us just to kind of, almost like I say, filter it out like you would in your easy does it in your fridge, really. And it should be, had the water tested, the water itself is pretty clean, looking pretty good, so that's handy. No issues. No, of course, if it's just going onto the into the greenhouses, which to begin with I think it's going to, we don't need to worry about it too much. There we go. I know my excavator driving is a little rough around the edges there, but we'll get this all done nonetheless, I'm sure. We've got about 100 ton of stone here at the moment, so it's a good start. We should have enough. We'll see. If we don't, we can always get some more hauled in. There's a quarry not too far away that we've been using for most of our stone work, and I'm sure they'll only be too glad to help. So I hope you're all doing very well anyway. Do let me know down below what you're working on, how it is all going as always there, and what you, yeah, like I say, what's keeping you all entertained at the moment there. It's been very busy indeed, so we're lucky that we can kind of get this all done now. The oat, or the rye, sorry, still isn't quite ready to go, and neither is any of our spring barley, so fortunately enough we're able to just kind of get this all cracking along with right now, because as soon as that is ready to go, we're gonna have to get pushing along with it, really. The last oat straw will disappear soon though, and we'll be able to get cracking along with a little bit of other work, which I'm going to be looking forward to. I really want to get some drilling started to be able to actually know what we've got in the ground, so we can start to get a rough budget going. Need to start it from an arable standpoint. Need to start getting my 5-year budget in order, so that's going to be something to look into. There we go. Wonderful. Now, many of you recently did guess on the last video, I think it was, what the planned new device machine is going to be that we're looking into, in terms of get down there. In terms of maybe adding to the new fleet again, we are looking at an old Massey. I'd love to have it as like kind of an idea for trade shows, and to have to be able to kind of move from place to place. So I think that would be really cool. Now, easy. We're not going to get it for a while. It's there. We've kind of got it all agreed. I've told him that we don't need it anytime soon, and he's happy with it to stay where it is until we do need it. So that's all good. But yeah, it's kind of nice to know that we've got another little member to the fleet coming soon. I do wonder if I need to have to build a little hideaway for these machines somewhere, just to keep them out of the elements. I am going to be doing a little bit of work soon to the workshop, or I have the little shed around the back of the big barn. Actually, I want to use that for something that I feel like the best thing I can kind of put my mind to using it for would actually be a workshop. So I'll have to see. That might be something that happens. You never know. Ooh, bounce. I think this excavator, I've had it once before, and it got a little bit better as the more we use it, but it feels like it's always something that by the time you're just about to get off it, you just kind of got yourself desensitized to the, or sensitized to the, to the controls, because it is just a little tough, this one. Let's just go back ever so slightly, because that would not be fun to fall into there. Okay, I think we're going to need an awful lot more stone. I think that's a fact. So we'll have to see what we can do there. However, I know that I've got today, at the time of the recording here, it's an early week, it is Monday. I know that I do have the quarry is going to be open tomorrow, so I might just wait to get that load tomorrow. They're not coming with the pumping house until the end of the week, so we've got some time. I'll be able to get this all sorted out here. I think it's going to be quite interesting. It's not a brand new pumping house that we're using. They have restored it from a previous site, so I got it at a hefty discount, which is always the best kind of pricing, really. Then as far as when you're on a bit of a budget, at least, that's always good. There you go. Excellent stuff. So, we're cracking along. So I just need to kind of tidy up what's been spilt along the edge here if I can. Don't crack my own window, Alex, that wouldn't be good. Ooh, easy. Cut that bit. So this little orchard field is rapidly becoming a bit of a machinery car park at the moment, but we'll hopefully we'll be able to get around that soon. We just need to kind of get this all buttoned back up here. This bit of ground here wasn't really going to be used for anything else, to be honest, so doing this with it will be fine. What I'm going to do right now is just pan around here so you can kind of see what else we've been doing with everything, and we'll pretty much use up all the space I want to do. What's going to be happening when we lift these potatoes though is that we're going to be putting something else there. I don't know what that's going to be. I'm toying with the idea of making it more trees, really, just making the orchard a bit bigger. I think that might be the way to go, and then we'll be looking really good there actually. So we'll see, that could be a really viable little option there. And I also just like the idea of, I'm really into planting trees at the moment. I really like the idea of being able to you know, give back, make a nice clean farm, make a very biodiverse and environmentally friendly as well. That I think is going to be important. I've even looked at the idea of doing some form of agroforestry. However, I think my main issue with that would be that you do need to have a lot of clever equipment to get it going with, really. I think to do it quite possibly, you probably need to have a lot of smarter vary width applications that we have. So, but let me know if you have been exposed to it. If you've been able to kind of to do any agroforestry. Let me know, because I would like to kind of get some insights there and see. I would really love to just kind of get an idea of what you know, the hardships involved with setting it all up there. I think that'd be pretty cool. But yeah, we will see. Okay. There we go. So we're getting there. This is going to take a little bit longer, but that's no problem. What we'll probably do is put that one in. We do need some more, so I'm not going to finish this off just yet. We'll probably need about another 100 tons there, given the state of what's gone into there so far. So what we'll probably do is put one more load in, and then we're going to have a quick stop. And then I feel like make a quick phone call, make sure that we can get some more tomorrow. And if we can, fantastic. What we'll do is probably just go and start with some cultivation for the rest of the evening here and just see how that all comes along there, really, because I really do want to get some more of that finished up so we're ready to start drilling sooner rather than later. Based on what those the fields look like we're in, I don't even think they're going to get plowed up this year. I think from a crop rotational standpoint, we're just going to disc it over with the pottinger, and then see how it's all looking. Back up there. See how it's all looking in like next year for plowing it over after that, if we do indeed at all there. So then I think that will we'll leave digger time there for now, and then we'll probably take this case back through. But the Ford's already on the pottinger, so we'll just get cracking with that one, I think. Whoa, Lord, how are we going to get around here, Alex? I put myself into a bit of a hole here, have I ever? Let's just back ourselves again. Bit of a hairy moment reversing down here for the first time, but we did it. We didn't have any disasters there, so I think classify that as a bit of a success. Sheep are doing very well. They're very clean at the moment, which is good. They're not showing any signs of having too rich grass. Sometimes they can get a bit dirty if they have a lot of good grass there, but they're looking okay. We're restricting how much other food they're getting there, so they're doing well, fattening up quite nicely. They should be getting shorn pretty soon again as well, so that'll be good. But we are going to swing down here. Look at that! I just put my indicator on. Ever the concerned motorist. And in we go. But yes, as you can see, this whole yard is really starting to kind of build up a new identity, really. It's becoming a bit more enclosed, a little bit more hidden away. A massively productive yard now, I must say, with greenhouses in the back there. It's really starting to creep on there. That was, don't forget guys, when my granddad had that, it was just a small pasture really. Didn't do anything, just was there to throw. I think he had about 30-40 sheep on it occasionally, and then you would move them off there, and then most of the time just kept tups there really. So it's night and day different what it's doing. And before we go out in the forward, I'm just gonna get myself sat down here though. There we go. If we just come out in the drone here, there we go, and up we go. Look at that now, huh? It is looking absolutely incredible. Kind of the footprint of the yard's stretching out a bit, but at the same time there, it is really becoming a little bit more enclosed, and I feel like that tree line is just really defining it, defining the hard edge of the yard, you know, which I think is brilliant. A little bit more work to do still, never done, never backing down from it. Always a little bit more to crack on with, and we'll get it done. We will. It's just going to take us a little bit of time, I think. So I'm looking forward to see just what that all looks like. The production of the greenhouses has been non-stop and it will continue to be. Having that nice little private water supply is going to be a lifesaver. And if you look up to the very top there as well, you can just see the trees I was referring to there. They're all in place and looking good. But for now, folks, that's all she wrote. We're going to leave it here, so thank you ever so much for watching. I'm going to go back down and crack on with the Ford, and we will see you all in the next one. Until then, though, I have been Alex. I do hope you have enjoyed. If you haven't, if you've yet to do so, don't forget to hit that like button, subscribe to Simulation for the Nation, who very kindly agrees to host everything, and we will see you later. Catch you later.